Why, hello there! Who might you be? If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you've come to the right place. Name's Momodi, and I own this fine establishment, if it pleases you. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Ul'dah, so you might say that looking after green adventurers like yourself is my vocation. And lucky for you that it is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'd soon find yourself in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. Like our conflict with the Ul'dah, for example. They've been plaguing the Sultanate for nigh on, forever now. Then there's the Garlean Empire. None can say for sure what they're plotting these days, only that they are. Aye, the people drink and make merry, but underneath it all, there's worry. Worry and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder, since it's scarce been 5 years since that lesser moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into the 8th hell. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. 'Twas like the end of the world had come at last. But then things began to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next. Some of them 2 or 3. You'd think people would remember something like that, but the fact is, they don't. Nobody does. There's one thing the survivors agree on, though. The part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering, I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame our recollections of those brave heroes are as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. Whenever we try to recall their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midday sun, permanently silhouetted. I'll bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we call them the Warriors of Light. They'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is that you lend a helping hand, and try to leave Ul'dah in a better state than you found her. If you can promise that, I'll be happy to let you go and join the guild. Alright then, a promise is a promise. Now, I'm counting on your help to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days, yeah. And a happy and prosperous Ul'dah means more business for the quicksand, too. Any road, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register, neat as you can. Xanzel Rooszel. Well, ain't that a charming name? Just rolls off the tongue, it does. Alright, Mr. Rooszel, on behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... Please, sir, be merciful. 12 is my witness, I swear to you. I'll bring you your money. In the East, it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you were given a 4th chance to offend. You two, attend to this scum. No, please, mercy. Well, ain't that a sorry sight? Nor an uncommon one, if I'm honest. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, I doubt you'll end up like him. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. And just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. Any road, welcome to Ul'dah, Xanzel. Take a moment to catch your breath, and I'll teach you a little more about our fair city. Momodi, the proprietress of the Quicksand, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Before you go charging off to find your fortune, I have a few basic tasks I'd like you to perform, so as to help you get the know of the place. First of all, I want you to visit the Aetherite Plaza. To get there, head west from here until you reach the Emerald Avenue. Then look to the north. You should see a giant floating crystal called an Aetherite. If it weren't for Aetherites, traveling around Ul'dah would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so be sure to do that with the one in the plaza. You ever attuned to an Aetherite before, Xanzel? If not, just lay your hand on the thing and you'll see what I mean. When you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Thaumaturges Guild, over in the Arzeneth ossuary. Assuming that scepter ain't just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, over on the steps of Thal. Goods from all across the Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else that fledgling adventurers like yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Ul'dah, so long as you got the gil. There's plenty as won't scruple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Ciceroga and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he's read it. In short then, visit the Aetherite Plaza, the Thaumaturges Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Oh, but before you go, a word of advice. While there are more than a few unsavory characters out there who will try to take advantage of you, there are also some with honest to goodness problems who you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folk are lured to the city by the promise of wealth and power. What many of them fail to realize is that instead of chasing after a guild the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always offer some good advice for an up-and-coming adventurer. Otherwise, that's about it for me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you finish, will you? That way I won't spend my days worrying that you're down to your small clothes without a guild to your name. Dankeschön. Anything you got for me now? Greetings, I am one of the smiths, a stoker of fires and forger of fortunes. As a dedicated member of the Adventurers Guild, I have been entrusted with the task of providing assistance to new adventurers. I see you have but recently taken up the Adventurer's mantle. The possibilities stretching out before you must be positively daunting. In the Adventurers Guild, we see... I know I have gotten a chance to go through all of this on my main, so I'm not going to bother with it for you guys. Just for those curious, this is the guy who's going to give you the XP boost ring when you do all of his stuff. Ah, dang it! I've got my hotkeys messed up. Give me a moment. Let's adjust this, so I'm not fumbling with it later. There we go. Hut, 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 hut. Attune to the Ether Crystal. adventurer. Might you have come at the behest of Miss Momodi of the Quicksand? Excellent, which brings us to the matter of the attunement fee. That would be 100,000 gil if you please, sir. No. Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look at your face was absolutely priceless. But the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you are unfamiliar with the use of aetherites. Allow me to explain. These crystalline agglomerations tap into aetherite energies and are primarily used as a means of travel swiftly from one place to another. Pertaining to you, I've heard of return and teleport. Well, these transportation spells make direct use of the aetherites and their connection to the flow of ether. Given that there is an aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will seek out and attune himself to each and every one. But even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate's borders, it would be prudent for you to attune yourself to any aetherites you encounter from now on. I pray that you find that informative. Should you wish to learn more about aetherites or transportation magic, I should be happy to answer your questions. Alright, and now I'll head over to the Thaumaturges Guild. Hello, Miss Yayaki? Yayaki? Welcome to the Thaumaturges Guild. It is fate that has guided your steps here to this day, my friend. I see that you harbor arcane ambitions, though your journey has scarcely begun. Within these hollowed halls, the arts of devastation are taught, primeval magics with which to bring about an enemy's ruin. If you would join our ranks and wield such power, you must needs know of our beginnings. Oh joy, a history lesson. How glorious. The nation of Ul'dah inherited its traditions from ancient Belladia, a city founded by the descendants of the first mages. The secrets of these illustrious sorcerers were ultimately entrusted to the priests of the Order of Nald'thal, who have passed them down from generation to generation ever since. Focused and refined over centuries of use in the Order's funeral rites, the arcane magics of our ancestors eventually emerged as the art we now know as Thaumaturgy. A freezing blizzard to halt corruption, a raging fire to cleanse the corpse, a bolt of lightning to expel the sins of mortal life. The dueomers employed in the preparation of the dead are equally efficacious when applied to the living. It's for this reason that we are feared and respected in equal measure. Thus does our guild thrive. Ensconced something or other in the catacombs of Arizanath Ossuary, a sanctuary devoted to Thal, divine arbiter of the afterlife. What say you then, adventurer? If you would plumb the abyssal depths of thaumaturgy, let our learned sages guide your descent. But before you leap into the darkness, you must prove to our guild masters that you are possessed of the spiritual fortitude necessary to look upon that which awaits when therein. When you are ready to submit to the judgment of our most eminent mages, say the word. And I'll do that right now. Well, adventurer, will you join our guild, or do you presume to ignore the urgings of impatient destiny? A wise decision indeed. To prepare for your initiation, I would have you study the volumes of fundamental thaumaturgical principle, all 108 of them. Or at least I would, if such requirements had not been abolished. Too great a deterrent to fresh novices, they said. I suppose you shall just have to settle for calling upon the collective wisdom of our guild masters. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house. Though they all wield supreme authority, it is the eldest who provides a singular voice for the guild when one is required. Master Kokobi? Kokobigo, I believe. Yeah. I'm too short. Who? What? Oh, false teeth, man. Did your mother never tell you not to startle a Thaumaturge? Look at that expectant face, Kokobigo. This gentleman is obviously a new applicant for the guild, seeking audience with our eldest brother. Oh, Prelate Yayaki. She can recite the 307 verses of the funerary rites of the virtuous fallen from memory, but the civil task of keeping our names straight seems ever beyond her grasp. Ha ha ha. Well, I for one find the constant confusion endlessly entertaining. My apologies, good sir. My merriment was not meant to mock your mistake. It is our sibling Kokobuki with whom you should speak. What's this? What's this? Great Thal has led us a new aspirant? Ha, Kokobuki. Where were you? Were you here this entire time? Greetings, child. I am Kokobuki, the eldest, and I would venture to say the wisest of the 5 masters of the Thaumaturges Guild. It is my solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiates with the succinct understanding of our beloved art. Thus, I would have your fullest attention. To wield Thaumaturgy is to unleash devastation of the highest magnitude. The lethal force of our spells far exceeds the destructive capability of any other form of arcane manipulation. Fire, lightning, blizzards, somnolence. The Thaumaturge calls upon an expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate and obliterate all manner of adversities. Open your mind to our sorcerer's teachings, and you too shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Of course, such power has a price. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidding chasm of Thaumaturgy's secrets. Her advancement in this art comes only with the completion of deadly and terrible trials. I ask you now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss in pursuit of power unrivaled? Well, that sounds... Are you prepared to leap into the abyss? Always. A confident response. Your name, if you will. Very well, Xanzel. Let us mark your initiation with a trial to test the limits of your aptitude for channeling Thaumaturgy. Huge hornets, star marmots, and snapping shrews inhabit this land in abundance. Exercise your sorcerer's might and slay 3 of each of these creatures before returning to my side. Huzzah! I'm an exterminator, just like I always wanted to be. Up, 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 up. Hello, Gym Princess. Glad you could join us tonight. Making my way downtown, walking fast. Let me grab this other one, and then we'll go out and slay some bugs or whatever. these around. Central Thanalan. 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 There's this thing up here. Ooh, to 70. Alright, let's kill some stuff. Alright, that's the Hornets. Where are the Shrews? Shrews are over here. They should be over here. Circle's a bit off. Roasted shrew. And one more. Got it. Alright, let's head into the entrance over here so I can get that market goal, that market assignment done. I'll pick up another Aetheryte attunement. Up, 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 up. There it is. And here's our marketplace. And you are? Oh, a newly come adventurer. But of course, yes, I am Cesaroga? Ah, what can I do for you? Ah, you would have me teach you the ways of the marketplace. Very wise. As for my fee, what? You expect me to do it for free? Surely you jest. My dear adventurer, when you ask an Ul'dah for a favor, you should at least try to make it worth his while. Judging by your garb, I rather doubt you could afford my services, but the fact that you offer nothing is laughable. But I do have this. Oh, Mistress Momodi instructs you to seek me out, did she? Consider yourself fortunate to have such influential friends. I shall be brief, and you shall be attentive. You stand in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, the busiest and most profitable marketplace in the Sultanate. Being advantageously situated in relation to the other city-states, Ul'dah's markets have ever been served as both the literal and figurative centers of Xanzel commerce. All the great overland trade routes lead to our city, and the majority of maritime trade between Valebrand and Eldenard passes through our ports. Because of this, countless companies and consortia have chosen Ul'dah as their base of operations. They see to it that this marketplace is awash with merchants and moneylenders, day and night. Anything a man could ever desire can be purchased here, provided as he has sufficient funds. Surely there is something you seek, adventurer, a deadlier sword, perhaps, or a shinier trinket. Whatever it is you want, the exchange will have it. To the north, you will find merchants peddling armor and accessories, curatives and crafting materials. And to the south, you will find weapons, tools, and an assortment of other useful items for sale. Seek out a particular merchant or browse to your heart's content, but do try to remain aloof should you find something that piques your interest. Decisions made in the heat of the moment are usually unwise, especially where coin is concerned. Ahem. That is all the complimentary aid you shall have from me, and far too much for my taste. My regards to Mamodi. Now off with you. Alright, now what can I do with 103 gil? Can I... That's the armorer. Weapons are to the south, he said. I don't just want a wand, I want a staff. Independent arms merchant. Can I get a staff? One-handed. Two-handed. I need to be level 5 before I can grab that. Thaumaturges will probably give me something better before then. I shall go off to the Adventurers Guild now. Oh, wait. Let me very quickly go and grab a retainer. Greetings, I take you have come to see me about a retainer. Retainers are hard-working lads and lasses. They're your bank. Like, these guys are your banks. God damn it. Have to go through the Adventurers Guild stuff first. Dun 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 hey oh. Alright, Mamodi, I did your stuff. How was your tour of the city, Xanzel? Get lost, did you? Aye, well, Ul'dah is a big place with lots to see and do, but wandering around aimlessly we don't pay the bills. If you're serious about making a living here, you'll need to remember where things are. So when you go exploring, explore like you've got a purpose, eh? Alright then, that's all. All's left is for you to work hard, make money, and spend it here at the quicksand. I will do my best. I'm already level 4. Ooh, transpose. Alright, and what do you got to offer me? Well, youngling, how are you finding our fine Ul'dah, then? Got your bearings about you yet? If so, maybe it's time you ventured beyond the city walls. The bustling streets of Ul'dah are one thing, but the wilds of Thanalan, that's another altogether. I know a bloke you might fancy speaking to, and he you. name of Papashan. You'll find him over at the Ul'dah dispatch yard. No doubt he'll have some work for you. The dispatch yard's over in central Thanalan. Just head out the door across the hall, and you'll see the Gate of Nod staring right back at you. Pass through it and head east. You'll come upon it there. You'll come upon it for long. There's dangers beyond the wall, though, more than I'd care to count. Nothing too terrible, mind you, but feisty enough to attack you if you draw near. Don't say nobody cared enough to warn you. Alright, but first, I am going to go turn in that quest for the Thaumaturges. And hopefully get some better gear for my trouble. And Thaumaturges Guild. Ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum ba-da-da-dum bum bum. I've solved your rodent infestation. You have the satisfied look of a mage who has utterly vanquished his foes. Xanzel, I formally welcome you into the Brotherhood of Thaumaturges. The purpose of this trial was to gauge your capacity for wielding thaumaturgy, an innate quality the limits of which are bound by the level of etheric energy flowing through your physical being. Aether, the very stuff of life, exists within all living creatures to a greater or lesser extent. Remember this, for it is the most basic law of arcane manipulation. Now, I have here a tome that shall serve you as a hunting log. As the name suggests, its pages are to be filled with records of the enemies you slay. The log also contains the names of such adversaries that will challenge and improve your skills as a thaumaturge. As your experience grows, so shall your reserves of thaumaturgical endurance. The wellspring of your magical might will also swell in response to moments of extreme terror and duress. When you find yourself seeking greater challenge, when next you crave the thrill of exquisite fear, then that is when you shall know the time has come for you to visit me once more. Next Thaumaturge quest will be at level 5, which I'm almost there. I got raisins and a square maple shield from that. Cool. Let me just do that. And now we will go to the dispatch yard. Let's well, I'm already registered to the Chocobo Keep. Where am I going? Oh, that's not far. And I could fill up my hunting lodge while I'm on my way. Probably eat something. Not been this low of a level for fun. Oh! I will go get my next class quest later. But I've not been this low level in Black Mage for quite some time. And I need to remember flip my fire and ablaze a lot sooner than I normally would. Back in the habit of switching every few spells. I am almost to level 6 already. Papa Sean, Papa Sean. Papa Smurf, Papa Smurf. Well, you certainly look the part of an adventurer, my friend. Might you be the good soul Momodi advised me to expect, I am Papa Sean, station master of this humble dispatch yard. An empty title, I assure you. I truly am no more than a tired old Lalafell, passing his final years in quiet solitude. 12 know there have been plenty of these last 5 years since the calamity struck. The devastation was vast. Yet now true Ul'dahs work together, doing all in our power to rebuild that which was laid to ruin. By the seat of our brows and the love of our home, we have rebuilt Ul'dah to the grandeur and majesty that you see today. The railway which runs through this dispatch yard, too, were born of the noble efforts of a great many souls. There is still much work to be done. The wounds left by the calamity run deep. Isolated areas beyond our lines of supply remain, and there are places yet wanting for relief and restoration. Ul'dah needs the aid of you and your brethren, friend. In fact, never has our need been more dire. Which brings me to the point, I suppose. I do believe I may have some work suited for one of your ability. I shall pick that, and thank you very much. Let me just equip that. Ooh, thunder. Cool beans. Gem Princess, this is the main story of the base game. This is A Realm Reborn. Alright. Alright. Nothing to see here. Sure. I think you're a liar. I think you're a dirty liar. Station Master Papa Sean has a simple task for a fledgling adventurer. Since you come all this way, perhaps you can perform an errand for me. It just so happens a number of sentries have been sent to guard the area. A dispatch to the dispatch yard, as it were. They have long been away from the shade and featherbeds of the city. The hot days and cold nights can play hells on the mind and body out here. If it isn't much, but go and give them these twilight pretzels, would you? I find comfort food always helps me when I feel like comfort food always helps when I feel like killing myself. Oh, that's delightful. Eat some ice cream, man. I'm sorry I made fun of your name. You could be my Papa Smurf. Halt, sir! I'm going to have to ask you to put the pretzel on the ground and place your hands above your head. State your name and business. A twilight pretzel from Papa Sean. By the gods, forgive me. You could say this new post has my nerves in a twist. I'm terribly sorry for that. Yes, well, you may rest assured that the dispatch yard is safe so long as I stand watch. Please give Papa Sean my thanks, and tell him that I only wish I could repay the favor. Halt, stalwart stranger! Hello? Western front clear. Eastern front clear. Greetings, Professor. Building the report. For me? From Papa Sean, a Twilight pretzel. My favorite. How did he know? Can't find her on an empty stomach now, can I? Actually, I can't find on any stomach. I suppose you could say I have no stomach. For fighting. Then why are you out here? Why are you dressed like a paladin? This guy's way out here, isn't he? Book it, book it, book it, book it, book it. Can't wait till I get myself a chocobo. That's like level 20 or something. 12 saved me. Scorching days, freezing nights. This post will be the end of me. Quit your eternal bitching, fancy pants. Here, have a pretzel. A Twilight pretzel? Don't mind if I do! Ah, now that's a refreshing goddamn pretzel. I feel reborn. You could say that you're a realm reborn. Ha ha, yeah, yeah. I'm not apologizing. Papa Smurf, Papa Smurf. I handed out all those pretzels. You've returned, and with a deal fewer pretzels, I see. Tell me, how far are Sultan Sworn sentries? Do they have anything to report? Anything at all? What? Nothing? Are you sure? Oh. Oh dear. Take this for your troubles, then. And stay a moment. There's more I would ask of you. Alright. And give me that staff. Xanzel, I have just this moment. No, the time for concealment is past. The truth is, even before I had you deliver those pretzels, I was privy to some most unsettling news. Which is the real reason I sent you out to meet those Sultan Sworn. Underneath the Sultan tree, a young noblewoman from a very prestigious family has run away from home, and I have been ordered to see to her safe return. The Sultan Sworn you met earlier are assisting with the search. Alas, it seems they have found no trace of her. I apologize for not being frank with you from the start, but we must proceed with caution. Should word of her disappearance spread, I fear others with less honorable motives may join the hunt. And should we allow her to come to any harm, not even 100 beheadings would be punishment enough. That cannot happen, Xanzel. It must not. I need you to help me find her. Praise the 12. I knew I could count on you. I've instructed the others to expand the search, but Thaumaturges is vast and there are only so many of us. The young noblewoman's name is Lady Lyra. I want you to go south and look for her in the vicinity of the Sultan tree. Good luck. I nod stoically in affirmation. Alright. I'm a-running. I'll get there eventually. These short stubby legs will take me there. Hello, Mr. Tortoise. Lovely night to be killing things, don't you think? That's a big goddamn tree. Hello. Oh, Sultan tree. You're about to enter an instanced battle. Instance battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information displayed in the active help window before answering the call of duty.
Oh, Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line, forgive my weakness. My failings have cost us dear.
This is Liliara, and she has failed you in every single way.
Show yourself.
Hi! Oh.
As you command, O Liliara. Forgive my selfish desire to assure your welfare.
I don't recall requesting an escort. Simply pretend we never met and continue on your way.
We both know I can do no such thing. It isn't safe for you here alone. It isn't safe for anyone. Not with this etheric disturbance. It's as though the dead are watching us. And I'd prefer not to join them, if it's all the same to you.
I'm here too. Hello.
Ah, you must be the one that Papa Shan mentioned. Congratulations
You know Papa Smurf
on
too?
finding our elusive young charge. You'll have to forgive her impetuousness. What she lacks in discipline, she makes up for in stubbornness. You should return with us. The station master will be eager to thank Lady Liliara's protector in person.
Hello. Oh, you're not
Alas,
friendly.
The station master will have to wait. Dear Liliara, for my sake, please stay out of harm's way.
Okay.
As for you, dear friend, for Liliara's sake, please stay in harm's way.
Alright, mysterious stranger. Thunder! Thunder! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! I'm just gonna stand here and keep slinging spells at it. While the handsome stranger does all the work. Lovely, they brought friends. Hi. I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend, you're not my friend. I'm the Donald Duck of the group. Oh, good, more of them. When do I learn Zeta Flare? More of them. Duty complete! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ouch! Ooh, look, a shiny bauble. Hey, guy, I think it likes me. Oh. Oh. Oh, I'm tripping out.
Hear, feel, think.
That's a lot of fire.
Crystal Bearer.
My name is Xanzel.
I am Hydaelyn, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate.
Puny person, I beseech you.
The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Heart light, heart dark part? Say light and darkness a few more times. You make this sound like a Kingdom Hearts game.
Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Oh, God, I stopped my heart for a minute there.
Ah, coming around now.
Didn't think to bring me to a healer or something?
Telling me what that was?
If I only knew. A denizen of the void at any rate.
The void!
A void sent? Here? But how?
The question isn't how, but who. We're not dealing with bookless bandits. Don't suppose the answer came to you in a dream?
I saw a big shiny crystal, and it talked to me.
No sooner did you fell the beast than you fell asleep. Too much ether, no doubt. Interesting. I hadn't considered the crystal. But of course, this changes everything.
It does? What does it change?
Oh, just thinking aloud? At any rate, we haven't a moment to spare. I must return and report this at once. I leave Lady Lilira in your capable hands.
How dare you pass me about like a swaddled babe? I shall return and tell them myself.
As you wish, your impetuousness. I suspect we shall meet again before long. Until then, do try and stay awake.
Well, I'm gonna go home and take a nap. Oh, damn it! Dang it! Alright, return to Papa Sean. Up, 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 up. Just let me hop across rooftops for a bit. Papa Smurf, Papa Smurf. Oh, thank the gods you've returned. You had us all so worried. You do realize what would happen if a person of your noble stature were to be injured, or worse. Why, her Grace the Sultana would be beside herself with grief, and so would her subjects. I dare say they'd be weeping in the streets. But I have already given you cause to weep, Papa Sean, you and the people of Ul'dah. Please, you are not to say such things. We will find it, I swear you. It is not my place to make demands, my lady, but I beg you, please stay out of harm's way. I apologize for causing you undue worry, Papa Sean. I shall refrain from traveling unescorted in the future. Alright, dude, gimme. I cannot thank you enough, Xanzel. I understand you have fought bravely to protect Lady Lilira from void-sent fiends. For your gallant service, you deserve all the riches in the royal vaults. Alas, the small token of my gratitude is the best I can offer. A sarcastic man with a strange contraption strapped to his shoulder? I see you met Thancred. He's a scholar who spends his days investigating oddities in the ether. Rather too fond of the sound of his own voice for my liking, but perfectly harmless. As for you, Xanzel, you're just the sort of adventurer we need around here. I pray you show you the same kindness to the people of Thamlan as you did to us today. Yeah, sure, I can make no promises. Yay, it's the spell I never use. Step 9. You're an adventurer, yes? If you're not otherwise occupied, I have a favor to ask. I've resolved to pay a debt of gratitude which I owe to the owner of the coffer and coffin. For this purpose, I purchased from the royal plantations a prodigiously plump pumpkin, a particularly popular piece of... Your alliteration is going to drive me up the wall. A particularly popular piece of produce. Alas, I cannot part with... Oh God. I cannot part this place to procure and prefer the pumpkin. You see, the scheduled shipment from the Nanawa mines, for which I wait, is late. I would prevail upon you to pick up the pumpkin in my stead, and see it safely to the coffer and coffin. Present this receipt of purchase to Gagari at the royal plantations, and she will yield it to you. I apologize for asking you to attend to this time-consuming task, but I truly do appreciate your assistance. I've come for the alliterative pumpkin. If Cece doesn't come calling soon, this spectacular specimen shall sadly be past its prime. Here, I have a thing. Oh, so you're to deliver this decadent delight. I can say with confidence that any Gorman would be grateful for such a grand gift. Here's the pumpkin. I hope it meets with Roger's approval. Fresh produce is somewhat scarce in these parts, and as such we are always deluged with demand. You know the way to the coffer and coffin, correct? It is beyond the bridge to the northwest. Look for a place where local laborers lounge. Okay. Ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum, ba-da-da-da-dum-bum-bum. Feel like I need to play some Old West music. Not quite what I was expecting, but I'll take it. Hello, Roger. Drink for you, laddie. You won't get better ale or spirits for your coin than at mead place. Here, have a pumpkin. What was that? Wee Cece asked you to bring this here to me? Ha! Yes, so even that foul-mouthed drunk knows the meaning of remorse. Reckon this is for the time I carried his drink-sodden arse back home. What else? An Ul'dah pumpkin from the royal plantations. I can't wait to see what the cooks will do with her. The lads here scoffed down beastly amounts of meat, and it's starting to tell on their health. It'll be good to get more vegetables in their bellies, assuming I can get the stubborn bastards to try something new. Thanks for your help, laddie. Yay. Roger, what do you have for me next? I need to get that back to the Thaumaturges' place and pick up their next quest. Word is, Blackbird Station's sorely on demand. The stone torches there can't get a moment's peace. Bloke by the name of Warren is hoping to bolster their numbers for a short-term assignment or two. If you fancy putting a few extra gil in your pocket, you could do with a lot worse. Alright, I know there's an aetheryte crystal up there, so I'm gonna hurry. I'm gonna attune to that, and I'm gonna go back to the city and get that Thaumaturge quest started. I'll do the Thaumaturge quest, and I'll probably call it a night. Yay, I learned teleport. The steps of Nald. Nald. Nailed. Nold. Nailed. Let's teleport to the Thaumaturges Guild. What's up, Kokobuki? Alright, Guildmaster Kokobuki wishes to draw you further into the abyss of Thaumaturges studies. Oh good, I'd love to go further into the abyss. Your burgeoning power strains against the confines of your untried mortal shell. Another trial you must have. From this day forth, your tasks and challenges will be shaped by the teachings found within Thaumaturgy, the Yawning Abyss, a tome penned by the renowned thaumaturge Zozomaya. Zozomaya? Zozo. My brothers, who have not once tasted the bitter draught of defeat, will instruct you on the vital lessons to be gleaned from the 4 extensive chapters that comprise this exemplary work. Much shall you learn about the threats with which a practitioner of our art must contend. The first chapter, the threat of intimacy, falls within Kokobigo's purview. It is only fitting that one so averse to being approached should teach you the wisdom to be uncovered with therein. So I guess he doesn't like to be touched. Yarr! Ah, yes, Xanzel. I've been expecting you. Allow me to read to you the pertinent passages from the opening chapter of Zozomaya's Guide. Ahem. The threat of intimacy. Ah, how magnificent the potent power we yield. Roaring flames, piercing ice, and shocking bolts are matched not by fist or sword or spear, but the burly warrior's axe is fearsome with every closing stab. Fists shatter bone, blades slide through flesh, spears puncture soft bellies. Know you this threat, and stand you apart from such men. Ugh, that last part makes me queasy no matter how often I recite it. The lesson, however, should be obvious. Keep your distance from your foes. Apart from the agony of being hit, stabbed, or worse, you'll have a devil of a time completing an incantation with an enemy flailing his weapons at your person. Thus the wise thaumaturge always strikes from afar. The farther the better. Now, let us proceed with your trial. Take this dried fish and set it down in the vicinity of the Silver Bazaar. Next, simply draw back to a comfortable distance and await for a vulture to swoop in and to feed. That's when you ambush the nasty creature with a barrage of deadly spells. Once you have slain the scavenger, be sure to retrieve a generous slice of vulture meat for Fafano. He doesn't mind us conducting a trial so close to his shop, so long as he's properly compensated. Yes, Xanzel, we pay him in sorcery-blasted bird flesh. I'm not one to judge. Who doesn't love roast wall chicken? Alright, where am I going? No, I want this. Where am I going? Ooh, there's a ladybug. Let's kill it. There's a cactar. Let's kill it. That cactus has a face. Ah, dang. Should be eating something. Damn it, too little, too late. I walk along the road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's only when I walk alone. Ooh, more things to kill. No, no, you're supposed to stay away from me. That's what it means by the threat of intimacy. I don't want to be touched. Social distancing! Social distancing! Now I'll just drop this fish here. And then I'll wait over here. And now I shall roast this bird. I'll season it with lightning first, and then just burn it. Burn it. Burn it till it is burned. D Paladin D. I have actually already played all the way to all the way through Heaven's Sword on one character. I figured I was bored, so I wanted to stream starting a new character. But every character can play every class. I know that. I know that. But I still wanted to start a new character because I like having lots of characters in these kinds of games. You're done making use of my testing grounds, are you? Cough up the fee, then. Hee, there's nothing so tender as a bit of meat pummeled with the wanton wizardry. Nice doing business with you, Thaumaturge. Did you say Thaumaturge? Has this mage just completed a guild trial? Ah, Master Alchemist, what brings you out to our bazaar this fine morning? A gentleman here just slew himself a plump vulture. You'd be surprised at how many of these scepter-wielding sorcerers end up sliced to ribbons by beak and talon, and that's not the sort of flesh I've a taste for, you understand. My brothers, not again! I love the Lalafell shrug. Lalafells just have such great gestures, because they're so tiny. They gotta make their gestures big and wild so that we can see them. On the road again. Screw this. I shall pay the fee. Not like I won't be rolling in Gil eventually. And then I'll take the Aetheryte Crystal to... No, not the Adventurers Guild. Thaumaturges Guild. What does it go to? The Thaumaturges Guild. Alright, Coco Bigo, give me the stuff. I believe you had a hat for me. Ha! Welcome back, Xanzel. You seem to have done well. Both eyes intact, face appears unshredded. It truly is the most terrible feeling to have one's casting interrupted by heinous injury. It's one of the easier trials, if you ask me. Keep well away from pointy, slashy, bashy things if you want to reach the end of an arcane utterance. That's just common sense. Fortune favors the fighter who flings fire from afar. I simply love the look of loathing leveled at me by the distant duelist distressed by my deadly downpour. We Thaumaturges excel at offense, but fail miserably at defense. Our most effective strategy is to topple our adversaries with overwhelming force before they even have a chance to respond. Honors for knights and dead mages. Xanzel, your studies appear to be progressing nicely. It won't be long before you dominate the battlefield as an avatar of sorcerous destruction. Ooh, someone's mad. So it's true, Buki. Don't try to hide from me, Biogo, or you, Banny, or Beezy, or brother number 5. Kokobusi, what are you doing here? You promised you would teach me next. Well, yes, of course we did, but Xanzel here was most insistent. Once again, you brushed me aside in the hope that I abandoned my heart's desire. Why do you deny me? I hate you! All of you! Please, Boosie, you shouldn't say such hurtful things. You know how delicate Biogo is. That was Kokobusi, our youngest brother. He so dearly wishes to become a thaumaturge like the rest of us, but it simply isn't possible. The poor boy's etheric levels are pitifully low. We thought we had convinced him to accept fate's cruel quirks when he entered the Alchemist's Guild, but he yet yearns to walk the path of a thaumaturgy. Such is Kokobusi's determination that he spends all his waking moments experimenting with alchemical concoctions, seeking the method by which he can expand his capacity for arcane manipulation. Well, this is obviously not your concern. Back to the abyss with you, young thaumaturge, And I mean that in the most encouraging manner possible. Back to the abyss. Alright, I would like a hat. Thank you very much. Ding! Bring out your dead! Ding! Bring out your dead! Alright, well, let me just put that hat on. Good. Now I'm looking like a black mage. Alright, that's where I'm going to stop for tonight. I will probably be playing every other night, because I'd like to keep playing on my main, since I'm only at, like, Heavensward at the moment. So every other night I'll probably play on this character. Thank you all for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the future. Until then, take care.